Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Gonna read through the full article here. There's a link in the description. This is a case of child neglect, I guess, child endangerment. This happened in the ACT, Australia, so the Australian Capital Territory, where Canberra is in Australia. We're gonna have a look. 4 children were found living in the worst squalor ever, with curtains caked in black mould and the floor covered with slime. The mother faces charges of child neglect. So we're going to look through the full details. A woman is facing 8 charges of child neglect after 4 young children were allegedly found living among feces and black mould. The 41-year-old woman, who can't be named, and her children were living in a home described as the worst house of squalor that a housing ACT worker had seen in her 20 years on the job. So a housing worker within the Australian Capital Territory, a state in Australia. The woman appeared before the ACT Magistrates Court on Monday, where police evidence detailed disturbing conditions at the public housing unit. Public housing unit meaning paid for by the taxpayer, so, welfare provided housing. She was the sole carer for the children, who are aged up to 8. According to an ACT housing manager, the home had excrement embedded in the floor, a filthy high chair, a mould-filled fridge, benches covered in dirty dishes. The first signs of the condition of the home were reported last September, when the property's manager saw from the outside that the curtains were completely black with mould. The manager called Child and Youth Protection Services, but it is not known what action was then taken. A man was then called to the property in January to look at a reported water leak. When he entered the home, court documents said that he began gagging due to the smell of rotten food and feces. He slipped on the slime on the floor and found that some rooms were filled with piles of mess, so high that he could not access them. The man still feels traumatized from seeing the house in such a disturbing state, and what he would describe as a couple of years' worth of accumulation of filth. He had the water shut off, and the woman and her children were moved to a hotel. His report said the home would need more than $100,000 worth of repairs, leading to the building manager and a tenancy support officer going to the property in February. They reportedly found 2 scared dogs with no food or water, so they were taken care of. The dogs were secured. So the article does carry on. It lets us know. So this woman and the family, I believe the family were moved into a hotel. They were taken out of the house. They were moved into a hotel. I believe the woman and all of her, the woman and her children were moved to a hotel. So you would hope that that would kind of be the end of it. You would hope, but apparently it wasn't. Apparently the hotel rooms were inspected, and they found that 2 of the children were visibly dirty and they were freezing. They weren't being properly cared for. The hotel rooms were also in a similar condition to the house, with feces on the walls, rotting food, medication on the beds, besides the children's toys. There was only 1 toothbrush between 5 people. So this is the hotel room. They'd only been there for a short period of time. We don't know exactly how long, but not long. Weeks. Police could also smell a pervasive odor of rotten food, cigarette, and feces throughout the 2 rooms. The mother was arrested and later granted bail. When she appeared in court, her lawyer said that the children were in Sydney living with a grandparent. Okay, so that's good. The children have been taken away. We just hope that the grandparents are sane, decent people. The woman was previously banned from speaking to her children, but the courts changed her bail conditions, allowing her to see the children by special arrangement. So there's that story there, that article there. So again, this happened in the ACT, Australian Capital Territory, which is a state in Australia. Terrible living conditions. We don't know how many children. They were aged up to 8. And just terrible living conditions. I mean, I'll tell you what's going through my head, and you may agree with this, you may disagree with this, but my feeling is I've got to presume that the woman is mentally incapacitated. She has mental health issues. Maybe she's just got an extremely low IQ. This is Australia, after all. As a bit of a joke, but yeah, I would think she's mentally incapacitated. If she is, if she's moved into a hotel with her children and she can't even manage to live in a hotel for a matter of weeks, in some kind of condition approaching normality, she's not capable of doing that. I've got to presume that she's mentally incapacitated. So not necessarily evil. That's where I'm going. Just like an incapable human being, as opposed to an evil one. That's what I'm thinking. I wouldn't quite say I feel empathy towards the mother, but I suppose I do. I certainly don't feel too much anger, because I don't view her as a normal functioning human being. A normal functioning human being doesn't live in this kind of situation. You don't, it's not normal to have one toothbrush for 5 people. That's not normal. It's not normal to have feces everywhere. So I gotta feel that she's just not right in the head. So obviously it's a very good thing that the children have been taken away. Hopefully, oh God, you would imagine that the children will never be placed in her custody again. You would hope and pray that that's the case. She's clearly not capable. She's not capable of using a toilet, apparently. So I'm going to wrap things up here. I'm going to be making multiple videos every single day in regards to true crime, reading through these articles that have been published today or perhaps the day before, of various types of topics. They're mostly pretty grim topics: abuse, murder, heinous crimes, but we'll see what topics come up. And if you do value this type of content, if you don't mind listening to my waffle, then please do give me a little bit of encouragement. A like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I might be doing a membership system at some point. Some contribution there would be wonderful. And so I'll thank you for your time.